Jerry Justice has seen a lot over his long career in emergency management. Now a disaster and communications reservist with DEMA, Justice reflects on his 20-plus years with the agency and how it was jump-started with a suggestion from an old colleague.
He said, you know, there's a group I think you might really be interested in joining. And I'm going, well, I'm not much of a joiner. He said, well, just come to a meeting. It's called Broadway Consumer, and it's support system. After that, I was the president for several years. So whatever I saw then, I thought was really worth doing for the National Guard specifically and for the citizens of Arizona.
The story of that support system Justice mentioned starts long before he became part of the group in the late 90s. In 1963, the Arizona National Guard joined the Military Auxiliary Radio System, which provided emergency communication support for the U.S. Department of Defense. In the late 1960s, the Arizona National Guard's communications group, which was only Guard members at the time, became known by the call sign Broadway Consumer. Little is known about why the group adopted that call sign, but the unknown origin seems particularly suited for these unsung heroes of DEMA.
Somebody came up with the name, probably 6th U.S. Army, and it stayed.
Around 1969, Broadway Consumer started to include civilians with amateur radio licenses for its support stations under the leadership of Chief Warrant Officer Bob Fleek.
Bob Fleek set up things so that those people who got the radios from the old Luke Air Force Base had them in their vehicles, in their homes, and they could be brought up on an emergency basis.
Using high-frequency, long-range, and later repeater radio systems, Broadway Consumer would play important communication roles in many national and local emergencies throughout the years, including Y2K, the weeks following 9/11, and the Rodeo Chetasky fire. The Broadway Consumer Corporation was disbanded in 2005, but its legacy lives on.
This is 5-1 Alpha now doing the DEMA Radio Net at 1500 hours.
Currently, the DEMA Radio Network does a weekly radio network check-in that includes many stations and armories across Arizona. Part of the check-in roster was from the original list developed by Broadway Consumer.
The group, started by Chief Warrant Bob Fleek, served the National Guard in an outstanding way, and we hope they still remember us.